Okay, so we'll talk about one thing particular with this episode is the fact that the Four Perils freaking suck. Okay? Kanton, I think that's the name of this dude, seemingly the final of the Four Perils, not counting the leader Kinemaru. He's okay. He's a bit of a trickster. Um, so I wouldn't exactly call him powerful, but he gets shit done, and I can respect that. He's lasted more than one episode, so that's to be said for something. And I get it. You know, it's a short anime. It's supposed to be like 24 episodes or something, and so that's why they don't get the amount that they would get in a regular Inuyasha-sized anime, like they would back in the day. But still, like, they're supposed to be like the big baddies. You'd think they would at least do something. I mean, I guess I know Riku is probably supposed to be the real big baddie, but I don't know. I mean, they've just been underwhelming to me. Maybe cut out some of the crap from earlier. Like, look how long they lasted with Mistress Centipede, and she was trash. Literal trash. But anyways. But I do have to give him props for at least surviving more than one episode. But, to me, he, or not just him in general, but these Four Perils remind me a lot of the Saint Beasts from Yu Yu Hakusho, minus their leader, were all complete trash. I mean, you had the one dude that threw down good with Kuwabara, but, you know, at that point, Kuwabara was trash. You know, he gets strong later on in the series. At that point, he wasn't nothing. But, yeah, I mean, that's what it reminds me of. So I'm expecting if they do fight Kinemaru, he's going to be a super awesome badass. I mean, he kind of has to be. You know, and that leads to another thing, that maybe this Kinemaru guy is either not really Kinemaru or an imposter or got his memory erased, because he says, oh, I don't know who they are, but if they served under me, they must have been really powerful. It's like, well, I hate to break it to you, fam, but these dudes suck. Like, I get it, you're the daughter of, like, the two strongest people in the realm, basically, but come on. You know, you're getting bodied by girls that haven't even fully unleashed their potential yet. Just saying. One thing I did really enjoy about the episode was the turtle demon and the armor that Koton used. Is it Koton? Kanton. That he used reminded me of that armor. I want to say it was Naraku that was trying to get the armor back in the final act. When they was trying to get the impenetrable armor from that one demon. So I thought that was a really cool callback to that little battle. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but maybe it was just a little Easter egg. But I thought that was really cool and nicely done. I thought the thing with the little kid turtle was funny as hell. The whole time, like, oh, you know, I'm only, 50 years old. I need at least another 50 years before I can do anything and be relevant to this plot. Like, Sakura Haruno. Yeah, I know I'll be talking a lot of trash on this channel. Forgive me. But, yeah, thought it was funny. Overall, it's been a lot more lighthearted than the original series for the most part. It still has the nice... It doesn't have the dark feel that the original had, but it does have that... It's difficult to say exactly what it is. That kind of ambiance to it, really, that the original had, which I can respect. But aside from that, it's starting to take shape as its own show, really. And that's either good or bad. I mean, I saw a comment on one person's video where and I've mentioned this myself before, that this is doing what Boruto failed to do really well, which was, well, the anime anyways, which is to give the old cast their time and then, fade them out to a degree and let the new characters have the spotlight, but do it in a way where they're actually relevant and people care about them, and somehow still have the main original cast somewhat connected to the story, but where they're not stealing the spotlight necessarily. So yeah, in that regard, this has really done its job to a stand-up degree, in my opinion, so far. But we'll see how it ends. We still got a ways to go. We're only not even halfway done just yet. We're just getting to the climax of the first little portion of the story, which leads me to the big point that I wanted to talk about, which is Jiyubei. Now, anybody that's watched this channel and watched my videos on this show knows that I do not trust Jiyubei at all. I've been calling it for a while. There was something suspicious about the dude. I said that he knew too much. Then a few episodes, we found out that he was working with Riku. Supposedly, he's the one that was being paid by Riku to put the bounty out on the Four Perils. And then now we find out, well, we don't find out, it's kind of hinted at that he knows more about the Dream Butterfly than he's letting on. Because Towa mentions that, she wants to go look for the Dream Butterfly because Moroha wants them to come with her because she feels like they're finally becoming friends, and they're like, nah, we're not into hunting demons, being kind of dicks about it, really. And she's like, well, fine, fuck you guys, I'm bouncing then. And then Towa's like, I want to go look for Dream Butterfly, and Sesson's like, really? You keep going on about that shit? But we don't know where to go. And then she's like, so Jiyubei, what can you tell us about it? He's like, I don't know nothing. Like he said last time, right? Which was suspicious the first time he said it. Because like I said, he knows everything about everything. Supposedly. And he knows Riku. But then he says, well, if you want to know any information about it, I suggest you put out a bounty. And it's like, alright, there ain't nothing fishy about that. He's in a business of, bounty hunting. Alright, I'll give him a pass there. But it's what he says next. Okay. The next thing he says, when she asks, well, how much bounty should I put out for? Because keep in mind, he offered Moroha 1,000 of whatever currency to go and get Kotan's head. And he said, well, he doesn't say, he doesn't say something along the lines of, I would say, something around 1,000 would be a good start, or 1,000 would get people's attention. What he says, his exact words are, I think a dream butterfly would fetch about 1,000 something currency. Implying that he either knows something about the whereabouts of the dream butterfly and the difficulties of getting to it, or he knows the value behind this mystical item because he either has encountered it before, or he knows where and who it is associated with, and that is why he basically puts it at the same level of one of the perils. I find that to be really fishy, in my opinion. Just saying. Yeah. So I don't trust the dude at all. So how would he know? You know what I'm saying? But let me know what you think. You find that to be fishy? You trust this guy yet? I mean, at this point, I don't see how you can trust this guy. I don't. If you trust him still after now, you're just fooling yourself, cats. Just saying. But what'd you think about the episode overall? What is it fun? I thought it was lighthearted, mostly enjoyable. Did you think Kontan was at least the most formidable out of the perils? I mean, he hasn't shown to be, I don't think, the strongest, but he's at least the most crafty and the most. I don't want to say sneaky, but he kind of is sneaky. He's, he's kind of like a fucking Malfoy. Oh man.